Yo, yo, yo. It's your boy, your favorite Marty Marks Terrell. Shit. Hmm. Come on, then. Hey, Ann, how you doing, sweetheart? You good? Yo, yo. Oh, I feel so much better now. Got a nice shower. Feel better. Stupid thing ain't loading properly. Shit's taking like forever to load. Hmm. Computers are like people. They load when they want to. They do whatever you want them to do when they want to. I'm convinced computers are like people. Work when they want to. They get viruses and get sick like we do. Computers are just a fucking pain in the ass, just like people. I'm convinced. I really am convinced. What we see is Black Friday this, Black Friday that. Leave me alone. Care about no Black Friday. Give me some fucking Black Friday money. Fuck. Damn shit. Oh no. Try not to get fed up. Same shiznit. Let me see what they got here. Black Friday sale you got going on. I don't want no more clothes, and I don't want no more sneakers. Hell no. I say that every day, and I still find something that I like and end up getting it. I got pure shit coming already, and I'm like, fuck, man. Trying not to buy more things, and then I'm like, you know what, Mark? You only live once. Fuck it, go for it. Then when I get it, I forget about it, and then I end up wearing something else or doing something else. But I'm gonna be using like a lot of my clothes soon anyway. Winter time's coming, so I'll be using my hoodies and shit. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I need some of that money. Give me the money. All about the moolah, all about the moolah. I know people who, like my client, he has all this fucking money, and he went yesterday to get a discount for like these doors that he got, and I'm like, this guy came on a fucking discount date, and this guy could wipe his ass with $100 bill. What the fuck? I was kind of like shocked. I was shocked but not shocked. And I was like, this guy can be coming here. This guy's a millionaire. And like you got all these houses, all this money. You're dressing like you're going to go play tennis or something. And like you're coming here for a discount for $100. Like, 'cause you got $1,000 worth of stuff, so you saved 100. And I even spotted him 100 because he was $100 short. And then I ended up returning one of the doors because he fucked up the measurements. So I ended up getting my money back when I credited the door back. And I'm like, oh, this fucking bullshit this guy did, and you know, end up being like not even worth his time. I was like, Jesus, why do you put these people around me? Like I'm different. Like if I was a millionaire, like I wouldn't even worry about no fucking discounts and shit like that. I'm like, save that for the poor people, you know. I got it. I don't need no fucking discount. If you want to give me one, I'll appreciate it, but it's cool. I ain't gonna just go on a specific day just to get a discount. That's like, you know, here in Bermuda we have Tuesdays and Thursdays are 5% discount days for groceries. And if you're a senior, like some places are like 10 or 15%, right? So I'm like, so if I need to go to the grocery store on a Monday, a Thursday, or a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, I'm gonna go. I don't give a fuck about no discount. Like, you know what I mean? But if I do go on Tuesday and Wednesday, okay, cool, I'll get my discount. But it ain't like no biggie. Like I'm not gonna like not sleep that night because I didn't get a discount. That's why all this Black Friday shit makes people go nuts. I need to go there. I need to go pitch a tent. And I'm gonna stay out there Thursday night. Right after I eat Thanksgiving dinner, I'm gonna put up a tent outside Walmart. And I'm gonna fucking sit there in my tent or in my car. And I'm gonna fucking make sure I'm there. I'm gonna set my alarm for 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna make sure I'm the first person at that door. Yeah, you're the first mental idiot at the door just to get a bullshit bargain that who cares? Like, you know. And I got your donation. I'll answer your question when you're ready. All right, let me check. You can expect like favorable things that can go good. Um, Maybe an old friend will appear, or somebody that wants to reunite with you, want to reunite with you, or if you want to reunite with somebody, you can. Um, could be like an old friend you connect with from the past, or somebody that you know you see on the holidays, like Christmas or whatever, or Thanksgiving. Like you might see some old friends, or hang out with old friends, or speak to old friends in the next 2 months during the holidays. Um, what I'm getting here is like new things, a lot of new stuff coming up, new possibilities, new relationships, new acquaintances. Even though I see like old friend or older friends appearing and coming back around, or you seeing them or talking to them, I also get you meeting new people as well. Um, and also like you're gonna evaluate your problems or the things that you have bother you, and you're gonna approach them in a new way or deal with them in a different way than you used to deal with them. You might say, you know what, this isn't working, so I need to try a different way. This isn't that way, I'm gonna try a different way. So you might have different you might get some like new knowledge of stuff. Like you might learn something like, hey, dang, I gotta do this in a different way, so I'm gonna do it this way. Or let me go check online how to do this so I don't have to fuck it up next time. Things like that. Like you might find a new way to deal with something that you've dealt with for a while. Um, the only negative thing I see is like an immature man um, trying to control that can't control his emotions. This could be like a man that's older than you, like but he acts immature. He's kind of indecisive and he annoys you. He's very petty. Like this person is gonna try and cause some frustration and delays. Their indecisiveness and procrastination will annoy you. But this could be like baby daddy stuff, or like a male who is just petty or annoying. Um, you might worry about this or like think about it. I mean, it happens, and you be like, what more can I do, or what? How else am I gonna deal with this shit? So like when this happens, maybe this is like um the new approach to like an old person or old problem. So the next time this person like comes towards you and acts this way, so for instance, when this does occur, if it does, right, you either react or you don't react. Or if you do react, if you do react, then react in a way where, you know, you ain't gotta worry about them no more. Or if, it's the opposite way where, you don't react at all and it's the best thing ever because you don't give it your energy. So that's the only thing like I see negative. Remember I was talking to you about like um that dragon thing? That's what it looks like right there. See? That's what it looks like. So it's the year of the dragon too. And also like if you have to face reality, like face the facts about something and you don't really want to, but you can, like you live in denial about it. Like basically like decisions and things that that's not good for you, and you're not supposed to deal with it, or you like if you give it your energy, you're gonna be mad and vexed and shit. So like just face reality. Like don't fail to face the reality. Just face it. Face it however it comes to you and deal with it in a way where you alienate yourself from them and don't show any affection to the person that you're worrying about. Yeah, that's what it looks like. That thing I was telling you about. But there could be like a reunion, a hopeful one, or a favorable one. Like you might have favorable expectations about what you want in life, and those things will probably happen. But I got a lot of new things happening for you in the next 2 months. A lot of new stuff. I got new things twice. So, but try not to worry. I think you worry a lot, and you deeply worry about certain things. Try not when you find yourself deeply worrying about something. Try not to give it like your full energy. You know, try not to give it your energy. And these new things are gonna happen. Um, these new situations are gonna happen once you get over your frustrations. So before the new stuff happens, you're gonna go through like the uh, the frustration and delays from this person or situations that you deal with. And the only other thing I want to add is the person that returns. They could be the person that is the pain in the ass, and you're like, oh God, not you again, and then you're like, no, I'm not even gonna entertain this shit. So when the time comes, you have to tell yourself, should I give this person even the slightest time of day, or should I just like walk away completely and just not even deal with them? But you might give the person the time of day and think that they're okay or they've changed, or like then you're just gonna hear them out, and then after you hear them out, you can be like, "Yup, ain't nothing changed." You know? Or you could hear about this person like an old friend that, and you might start to worry about them. So it could be numerous things because it's a general reading, right? So these are things that you can expect. So I'm trying to like cover the bases. Yeah. Well, that's good. If it makes sense, that's all that matters. Spirit's only trying to tell me exactly what you need to know. So that makes sense, and I'm on point there. And Spirit did their job. They told me the right things. But yeah. Yeah, when they come back, you can block them, or you can just like, ignore 'em. And just, like my mom says, ignore ignorance. I'm good at ignoring people. It's like my thing. It's definitely my thing. I'll give you some marquee cards as well. I'll give you three of these. Oh, here you go. Don't say too much. So whatever you have on your mind, don't say too much. Keep it to yourself. That's the best way. The more you say, sometimes you know things get worse. Deal with your needs and your wants. Get the things that you need, not the things that you want. And whatever you want, you can have. Or remember to make the choice between needs and wants. You don't need D, you want D. And test their sincerity. So whoever you have around you, just test their to see how sincere they are to you, and sincere how they are sincere, or if they're not. And on the bottom it says, ask your spirit guides. So there you go. If you need extra confirmation, just talk to spirit. Tell them, hey, look, what signs do you have me? What do I need to know? So as soon as something that happens, like you're not sure of, or your intuition is confusing you, just like say, hey, look, spirit, give me a sign. Give me something. Like, that's a good thing you can do. You're welcome, sweetheart. No problem. It's all good. Thank you too. Appreciate it. Starting to get really windy and humid. I had to put on my AC. Past couple nights it's been nice, but like I had to put my AC on and close all my windows and doors because it started to get super windy just now, and it's humid as shit. So I was like, fuck this, I'm putting my AC on. Well, sometimes we don't because we, like I tell people, sometimes I don't. I mean, I pay attention. It's just that sometimes when I don't pay attention, I say to myself, "See, you got caught slacking, and now you got to deal with bullshit." Thank God it wasn't worse, because Spirit had my back. So that's how I look at things. We can't always be focused 100%. So it's like that. Sometimes we get sidetracked, At the end of the day, I keep telling people, oh, because you believe in God and you're like, oh, spiritual, and you have this confidence of spirit around you. The devil's always sitting there, with his pitchfork, and he's like, when you fuck up, I'm ready. I'm poking you. That's what people. That's why they always have that, like, that image and that thing where they have, the the devil on one side and God on the other, the angel on the other, like, because that's exactly how our lives are. We can turn to either or when we want to. It's a choice. You either become devilish or you become angelish. So it's always like a choice you have. And then when you completely convert, you can always convert back too. You can be either or if you want. You can be both sides. There's a million ways, but only one choice will set you free. Yeah, it is a real thing, that's for sure. That is for sure. A lot of people don't like believe it though, it's crazy. And the weirdest shit happened, like, these past few days. My sister's yeah, exactly. But that's what I always tell people. Choosing yourself is the best choice. Loving yourself is the best choice. My sister's bathtub, right? It's been acting up for a long time. Long time. Sometimes it'll get clogged, sometimes it'll be fine. Every now and then, it gets clogged, and like the water sits there and it drains very, very slow. We've got a plumber to come stick a snake down the pipe and found some hair, and then it was fine for a little while. And then, we pour acid down there. It worked for about a month, and then back to normal, back to bullshit again. So we're like, something got to be up. Like, we don't know what it is. So this past like month, my sister was like, the bathtub's still acting up. We need to call a plumber. Like, but we never did. She never called the plumber. And so then, on Wednesday night at 6 o'clock in the evening, she walks through the door and she sees a drip coming down from the ceiling. And the ceiling's like, got a big bowl in it, like a bow in it from the water that's leaking in there from the bathtub, from the P-trap. And I went over there on Wednesday night and I drilled a hole in the ceiling, and all the water came out on the inside of a bucket. And it filled up. It was about 2 gallons, maybe. It wasn't much, but it was, enough in the ceiling that was trapped. So the ceiling got fucked up and I had to open it up. I had to like cut it to get to the pipe. So on the pipe, there's a P-trap, right? I'm sure you're familiar with a P-trap, right? And at the end of and on both ends of the P-trap, usually there's like a knot there, right? But this one only had one knot. And I went to go see if the knot was loose, and it was completely loose, right? And I was like, well, the water's obviously coming through this loose P-trap side. So I tightened it up as much as I could, right, without breaking it. And it was fine. That was the problem. It was leaking through the knot of the P-trap. So today is Friday, and the plumber came, and I told him, look, I want to get rid of this P-trap and put a direct line with no nut, so this doesn't happen ever again, because this is stupid and it's in a ceiling, so this can't happen. There's no reason for a nut to be there for a P-trap if you can't get to it. So I want it directly fitted to the thing. So I said, look, it doesn't drain very well, so see if you can see if anything's clogging the drain. So I was there, and we've been trying to unclog this bathtub drain for years. So I was there with him, and he had his helper, and then his helper was upstairs, sticking a snake down there, and he says, "There's something in here. It's like a piece of metal, but we don't know what it is. We're gonna see if we can find it." So then he got like a vacuum, and he sucked it out, and you know what it was? It was a little Hot Wheels car that one of my nephews was playing with in the bathtub like 12 years ago. Because that's a lot, because they're like 17 and 15. So when they were playing with those little cars in the bathtub, it was like 12 years ago. They were like maybe 3 or 4 years old, right? And it was definitely the 17-year-old, because he used to love those damn cars. So he was 17, so that was probably like when he was 3 or 4 years old, right? At least. Or maybe like 5 or whatever. Anyway, it's more than 10 years ago. And that car has been in there for so long that it still was intact. It had no wheels on it, and it was all corroded and rusty. And when those guys came downstairs, when the vacuum sucked it out, right, and they got it, because one guy had to push it up so the vacuum could suck it out of the drain, because the way the drain goes, it wraps around, right? So when he came down the steps and says, "You'll never believe I have this damn car in my hand. This is what's been causing your problem." And I'm like, this is fucking crazy. But you see, like that was the work of spirit to me. Because how the fuck is this house 30 years old, and in the last couple months, like, or couple days, that knot got loose and created that problem? How the fuck did that happen? Like that shit just doesn't come loose like that. So that's spirit's way of saying, "Look, I'm gonna fix your problem, because nobody's gonna know this fucking thing is in here unless something bad happens, and the only way to find it is, this, to cut the damn pipe from underneath it to find it, because we've been going through the top for years and we can't find nothing." So it was actually in the drain pipe that goes down towards the ceiling to the P trap. That's where it was caught. So, like, you have the drain and you have the metal part, and then right where the metal part meets uh, the top of the drain, the car was stuck in there. So every now and then, when the water was, shifting the car, it would get stuck. The water would get stuck. So when the car wasn't in the way, the pathway was cool. Can you believe that shit? Like, that's just crazy shit. Like that stuff like that. Like, when things like that happen, it's like the only the only way it's going to get solved is through a spiritual, like, path, if that makes sense. Like, and I try and tell people that's the only way it happened, because only they will know it's in there. Because how is it we've had 2, 3 plumbers come around there and nothing's happened? And then now that we had to cut that damn pipe, you actually saw it. But in order for that to happen, that knot had to be loose in order for it to spill out. It's fucking insane. I can't believe that shit. But anyway, it's solved now. The car is out of there, and now the drain, we can't use it until tomorrow, because the glue is drying and everything's drying, and we wanted to make sure it's not gonna leak and all that shit. So yeah, that was crazy, fun, and weird all at the same time. It's crazy how things like that happen just to, like, solve a problem that's been going on for years. And that's why I tell people sometimes these things happen for a reason. And the only way it can happen is through a spiritual way. So when things like that happen, it just verifies to me that, hey, how else can this happen if spirit didn't do that themselves? It's fucking crazy. But I love it because it solved the problem. That's the main thing. Problem solved. And that's what happens. Solves the problems. So that's the good news, is that it's all solved. Good to go. Now my sister doesn't have to worry about her bathtub getting clogged anymore for a long time. Got a new pipe, new P trap set up, and the little car that was stuck in there is no longer in there. So we're good to go, which is great. But it's crazy how things work out, how things all pan out, and how everything just aligns properly for you to solve a problem. Sometimes a problem has to happen in order to solve another problem. A problem solves another problem. That's how I look at that. The leak happened. It had to leak in order for us to get to the pipe, to break the ceiling, to get to the pipe. We had to cut the pipe to fix the pipe. So as we cut the pipe, we see another problem, and bang, problem solved. Don't you love how life is? Problems solve other problems. That's why I tell people sometimes problems happen in order to solve another problem or see you solve something else that has to be solved. And that's the reality of it, which is beautiful. I love it. As long as the problem gets solved, I don't care about the original problem. Yes. Mhm. Sometimes I look at like these clothes that they have for sale, and I'm like, who the fuck wears that? I don't know how people wear all this whack ass shit. Not me. I ain't wearing all this crazy ass shit. Looking like some fucking idiot. I think I'm gonna go to sleep soon. I'm gonna be here yawning like crazy. Hey, Miss T, what's going on? You got electricity back? Oh my god, stop yawning. Today it rained so hard here, it was crazy. And now it's windy as shit again. Oh man. That's good. Well, at least you got a new one, and you got it before the retrograde. So that's good. Yeah, see, Spirit's got your back. That's how you gotta look at it. When you recognize, you'll get recognized. They're there for you. They're there for you. Oh my God. I had lobster tonight, and I'm starting to wrap it up now. Ooh. You want lobster? Where you know you got, where you know you, where you have to go to then. Tomorrow's my sister's birthday, so I made lobster for her today for her birthday as my gift to her. Yeah, tomorrow it's her birthday, so I told her that my present to her will be $60 lobster and me making it. So she got her early birthday gift and dinner, courtesy of yours truly. So she was very happy. And I got the lobster this morning too. So it was nice and fresh. It was really good. I got the stuffing. I made the lobster, the stuffing. She made a salad. And bang, we're good to go. Yeah, I'm the best brother ever. You know how it goes. Dan the man. How the hell are you? Oh, good. Free delivery, man. Yeah, I told him I was a widow and couldn't pull the chain anymore. He got me a battery trickle, bro. So I can just push the button. Oh, nice. That's cool. So that's even better, Miss Bikini. You got an even better deal. See that? It's the benefits of being a widow. There's benefits to being a widow too. So either way you win. And like you said, that was spirit having your back. And that's pretty much what happened. Sometimes you have to use those things to your advantage or just tell people and it becomes an advantage. You know, even if you think you're not using it, it ends up becoming an advantage. And spirit ends up saying, "We got you. Get you the last one and a push button one, dude. Why not?" That's another thing I need to get my parents is a push start generator. So that way the next hurricane that I have like a generator home at my mom's, my old generator, and it's a pool, the pool one. So it's a Coleman pool start generator. It's very good too. Um, it still works. It's still in great condition. But I have to go down there and deal with it. So if I get them one that just plugs in and they can just press a button, that'll be great. And that's how technology is great because they have so much decent stuff now for people that are elderly and people who can't pull that fucking thing because it can be a pain in the ass to start. So well, Tanya, sometimes that happens. Sometimes we have to spend money to get better things and it all happens all at once. It's fucking annoying. You know? Don't worry about your neighbors. Fuck them. Every time when this generator comes on, the one we have here, that thing sounds like a fucking boat. It's loud as shit, and it vibrates and it stays on all day and all night. And we don't give a shit who listens to it. That's your problem. Close your ears, close your windows, go get some earplugs. Not my problem. You know, it was on for like 3 days straight in August when we had our hurricane. It was on 3 days, almost four. And nobody ever says to us, hey, turn that shit off or it's too loud. Nobody says nothing because if they had it, we'd have to deal with it too. So who cares? Oh no, man. Hopefully the cat gets better. Poor kitty. Well, there you go, Miss Bikini. It's an investment, so you can get it back. Everything's new and up to date, so it all works out at the end. Sometimes you got to put in the money to get the money. Oh, I see. Well, it's not your fault the thing broke. But sometimes that's what happens. That's what happens. I'm gonna go visit my turtles on Sunday to see if they're around. See if I can find them in the pond that I sent them to. It's been like 2 weeks. It'll be 2 weeks on Sunday that I dropped them off there. So I need to go. I told my nephew on Sunday we should take a drive down there and see if we can see if we see them like hanging out, just to see if they're okay. They should be, because I went there like last week and I couldn't find them, but there were other turtles around and ducks and shit. Yeah, I will definitely. The electrician said that the box was too old and the parts of it was recalled. Yeah, so there you go. It's definitely time. The generator that we have, it's 10 years old and it's starting to rust away and things like that. But I'm gonna work on it over the winter break. I'm gonna call my friends and tell them to come down there and check it out. Because I looked at it 2 days ago and the muffler's like starting to get rustier and rustier. So I might have to order a new muffler for it. And I might have to like fix up the parts that are rusty on the bottom. See if I can get like a better bracket or weld a bracket to it or something like that. Yeah, if she's eating, then that's good. Before I put my dog to sleep, he had a blood clot in his leg, and his leg was all purple, and he was like howling with pain. He couldn't even get up. Um, and I'll never forget, like he ate right up until the day he died. That's one thing he never gave up was a meal. I had a pit bull when I was younger, and he passed away from a blood clot in his leg. His leg was all purple, and the doctors were like, whatever we do, he's not gonna make it. It's too late. So I put him down so he doesn't have to deal with no more pain and shit. It was probably one of the worst days of my life till today, because I had him for like 15 years. So when I put him down, it was like the worst thing ever. And now I dread the day I have to do that with my dog here, because I've had her for 10 years. February will be 10 years she's been here. And she's in good shape too. She's going to last a long time. She might last to C15 too. 'Cause even though she's a big dog, she's doing well. She's getting a checkup on Monday. The vet's coming here on Monday to do her annual checkup. They always say that she's a bit overweight. I'm like, no, she's not. She's just a big dog. You were gonna let her eat, poor sight. I think last time we weighed her was 70. She was 78 pounds. And I'm like, my pit bull was 74 pounds and he was shorter than her. And the doctors never said that my pit bull was overweight. They're muscular dogs. And then, they put on a bit of weight. Who cares? I'd rather see a dog that's big than have a dog that's showing their ribs. Yeah, hopefully she will. Is it like a is it a like an orangey yellow cat? I used to have a orangey yellow cat called Sunny. That was like our first cat when we were young. Poor Sunny. Maybe that's who I just saw just now. I saw like a yellowy orange cat. You hear her? Look, she's snoring loud. I'm gonna move real slow so you guys can see her. Look, her tail's wagging, and she's snoring at the top of her lungs. I don't know if you guys can hear. She's so loud. Yeah, she'll be fine. She's mostly black with yellow, white, and orange. Oh, well, there you go. See, so she's like a calico cat. That's what they call those cats, and I believe black, yellow, white, and orange is like a calico. Is it calico? I think that's how you say it. Yeah. I used to have a cat like that called Moti. She was multicolored. We called her Moti. We found her when we were fishing. Me and my sister and my neighbor, we guys were all fishing when we were like 7 years old, 6, 7, 8 years old. We were fishing, and then we saw these two little kittens, and my neighbor took one and I took the other one, and we took the calico cat. And my mom was like, "I don't want a cat. No, we now gotta put him back." I said, "No, we they were straight. They were like on the rocks when we were fishing. They was begging for fish and shit. We fed them some fish and stuff, and they came running after us. They was like, this guy, these people just fed us. We're going." So we ended up keeping the cat, and she ended up lasting like 16 years. And then like about a couple years ago, my neighbor's cat used to come over here all the time, and I thought it was a kitten, right? That was like all roughed up. Come to find out, the cat was named Sylvester, and it was 17 years old, right? And it's a midget cat. Like it wasn't fully like developed. It had like a problem. I called it a midget cat, and I couldn't believe it. I thought it was a kitten, and then and my neighbor was like, "Have you seen like a cat around here?" I said, "Oh yeah, that cat's around here all the time." He goes, "Really? Oh, I thought it died somewhere." I said, "No, he's over here all the time eating food, and I've been feeding him and giving him water. I thought it was a stray kitten." He goes, "Oh, that ain't no damn kitten. That cat's 17 years old. That's Sylvester." So then the cat came over, and he was like, had his tongue hanging out, and he was like huffing and puffing. It was like August, and it was hot as shit. And he was having like a heat stroke, and he was putting his hands in the bowl of water. Instead of drinking the water, he put his hands in the water. And I'm like, there's something wrong with this cat. this cat must be dying or he's fucked up or something. And he just wouldn't move. And I was like, come on, let's go. I was gonna put him inside in the AC, but he wouldn't get up. And he had his tongue hanging out. So I'm saying this cat's gonna die. So I called my neighbor. I said, hey, look, I got your cat next door. I think he's fucked up. Like, you need to come check him out. So he brought his little case, his little cage thing, put the cat in there, and he put him down. Then, like 3 days later, he said he had to put the cat down because he was like had a heat stroke or something like that. And I was like, oh, poor Sylvester. But at least he had a good life on his way out. He ate some good food around here. But it was so weird. Oh, she's a tortoise shell cat. Okay, cool. Hopefully she'll be okay. 3 little kittens who have lost their mittens. Yes. My mom has had at least 10 cats. At least. The last cat we had was Smokey. And he got like sliced open by a dog. And then we got him fixed up. And then he recovered and he was fine. And then he passed away too in the garage. And my mom was all devastated. And I'm like, Mom, come on, man. Oh, I love my Smokey, my poor baby. My mom gets so dramatic when she loses a cat. Oh my God. It's like the whole fucking world ends. People in my neighborhood is like, yeah, that's the cat lady. My mom's had like at least 10 cats. And then probably more than that. I know 10 that I can name right now. Hey, Justin, how you doing? We got a black lab that too. I used to hate it because it would make the water real dirty. Yeah. Yeah, I've had yeah, my mom's had at least 10 cats. My favorite cat, I used to have a cat called Ninja. Cause he used to like, hide around and like come out and try and jump me and shit. So I called him a ninja. And he was white and black. And I had a big picture of him. I had like I don't know, a 12 by 12 picture I got made of him. Cause I used to love that cat. He was so cool. He was like so happy and he was always like so lovey-dovey and he was always cuddling. I used to love him so much. And he didn't last too long. Like after 2 months of having him, like I found him when he was a kitten, and then 2 months later he got like some disease, and we took him to the vet, and they said that he had like a rare case of rabies and shit, and they couldn't. They had to put him down, and I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me, no. I'm like, and they're like, there's nothing we can do. They refused to give him back to me because he was all fucked up. Cause he got sick real quick, and I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with this cat? And that's it. But I still have this picture at my mom's in my bedroom. I got this big picture of that cat. All my nephew's like, what? Whose cat's that? I said, that's my cat Ninja. Yeah, the rain stopped here too. Now it's kind of windy and humid. But yeah, my mom she had two cats named Sunny. And then we guys got Multi. And then we had Smokey, Georgie, which is a black cat. We named him Georgie. He was a big black cat, real furry, real friendly. He had like real bright, like greeny, yellowy eyes. He looked malicious, but he was cool. He died. A car ran him over, unfortunately. Um, uh, then we had another calico cat, big fat cat. This lady, it was our neighbor's cat, and she passed away. So the cat had nowhere to go, so my mom took it because my mom was cool with my neighbor, and she says, "Oh, if anything happens to you, I'll take the cat." So then we had the cat. My mom had the cat inside and everything. And what did we name her? I think we named her Owl Cat or something like that. Some my mom named her Owl something. I don't know. But we just said come here and she would come. Like we didn't even know her fucking name. I couldn't remember. But anyway, so because her face looked like an owl, so my mom used to call her Owl Cat. So anyway, she passed away too. She went missing. We think that a dog must have got to her or somebody killed her or something like that. We never saw her. We never saw her dead or anything. So something must have happened to her. Unfortunately, we never saw her. I've buried at least 5 cats in the yard, and then we had a real old cat that came around, a calico cat, like the one that you're talking about, your daughter's cat. We had like it was a small one, and I actually ran over the cat. I didn't know she was there. One day it was raining really hard, and this stupid cat couldn't hear or anything. She was old, and she was sleeping underneath my wheel of my car. So when I started my car and I drove off, I heard like a bump. And I'm like, oh fuck, what the hell was that? So I ended up crushing her a bit. And then when she got up, she fell down and she passed away. And I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding. Like I felt so bad. I cried. I was like, I can't believe this fucking cat. And she's never been there ever. Like she's never been underneath the car. So I'm wondering like maybe she was like dying or whatever and then she couldn't get up. So like and then I felt so bad that I ran her over, but it wasn't my fault. I didn't know she was there and it was dark and I didn't see her. So I had to when I got out of the car and I saw that she ran off after I like ran her over and she ran off a bit and then she fell and then she died. So like in the rain, I had to like bury her. I'm like, fuck, man. I say that another cat that I have to bury out here in the yard. So in the back of my yard behind my garage, there's at least 5 cats there. And of course, my mom was crying. I can't believe you killed the cat. It's your fault. You should have looked. I'm like, Mom, how the fuck am I supposed? Who looks underneath their car every time they drive? You? You look underneath your car when you drive? How the fuck am I supposed to know this cat's here? This cat's never been underneath my car ever. I drive my car every day. This cat's been here for years. So I told my mom what happened was that cat was dying. And when I must have hit him, and that was it. I must, that happened. What the fuck do you want me to do? It's not my fault. I felt bad. What the hell you? I don't want to kill no animals. It's not my fault. Fuck. She was all blaming me forever. I'm like, what the fuck's your problem, woman? You act like I did it on purpose or something. She pissed me off. And now there's a cat around here, and we call the cat Flipper because the cat will come to us and he'll flip on the ground. He does flips like on the ground. So we call him Flipper. I was petting him yesterday. So now we got a cat around here. Me and my nephew pet him all the time. Sometimes we feed him, but we don't. He belongs to somebody. But it was we've had some damn cats. Oh my god. There's a lot of them I can't even remember because there were that I but I know we've had at least more than 10. That's for sure. I have pictures of me and my first cat, Sonny, because he was all orange. He looked like Garfield. John Pierre, Fifi Lamour, they were your babies. Your daughter gives pets weird names. She named Bunny, and the other one was named Bean. Yeah, it was Sunny, Sonny was our first cat, and then we had another cat. We named him Sonny again. So we had two cats named Sonny. And oh man, and that sucks. That's sad. Poor doggy. Yeah. And when I was young, I have a picture of me and this dog, this big ass dog. My neighbor had a big fucking dog, a big German Shepherd. But it was like a mix of a German Shepherd and a different dog. And nobody would go near the dog because he was crazy, right? But for some reason, that dog loved me and never did anything to like he never bit me, he never attacked me, he never like made me feel like like scared. And my neighbor was so shocked that this dog did not want to do anything to me that he took a picture of me and the dog and gave it to my mom. And I still have the picture. Me and my buddy Sam. I'll never forget that dog. He was tied up to a rope. And my neighbor, it wasn't my neighbor's dog, it was my neighbor's brother-in-law's dog. So when he went away, he would tie the dog up at his house. So when I heard the dog, I was like, "Oh, Sam's here." So that means the uncle must be here. So I would go see Sam. As soon as he saw me, he'd go crazy. And everybody like, "I can't believe you're the only one like this dog really like plays with." I said, because he probably like, I didn't know at the time, but he probably likes kids, because I was like a kid at the time. I was only like 6 or 7, if that. I gotta find the picture and show you guys. The dog was bigger than me at the time. But I get along with dogs. Dogs and me, like always. There's not a dog that doesn't like me. Like I've never been bitten by a dog or like attacked by a dog. Dogs just love me. Any dog that comes around me will love me, or a cat, whatever. It doesn't matter. I just have a strong connection with animals. Animals just love me. And I might be like one of those dog whispers or whatever. But yeah, my friend had a golden retriever, and every time that dog saw me, he would flip on his back. He would put his legs all up in the air. I'll rub his belly, and he'll go like he'll start like moaning and groaning, and he'll be like going crazy and shit. And my friend would be like, "What the fuck is wrong with this dog? This dog don't do this shit with nobody but you." And I'm like, "Look, I just have a special connection with dogs and animals. They just love me. They know that I love them. They can sense that I care about them and I really, like them." Yeah, and I could never not throw them in the woods. I every animal that has died in my presence, I've like pretty much buried them except for except for my pit bull. The vet took care of him and dealt with him in the way they dealt with him. But I remember I got a phone call. I was like 19 years old and I had just been into the army and I was out for summer vacation. And my friend calls me. He says, "Hey Mark, look, got a really really nice pit bull. We found him in the trees. He's been fighting. We're either gonna put him down, or I'd rather give him to you and you can give him a better life." He's about maybe a year old, so he's still a puppy, but he's a big puppy. So you want him? I was like, "Yeah, let me come down there and check him out." As soon as I saw him, I fell in love with him. It was a red nose, tan brindle pit bull, and I was like, "Yeah, I'll take him." I put him in the back of my car, and he rubbed himself all over my seats, and he peed all over my seats. And I wanted to kill him. I wanted to take him right back and say, "Look, take this fucking dog. This bastard just peed in the back of my seat, and he's got hair all over my seat. I want to fucking kill him." So as soon as I got to my house, I tied his ass up to a concrete block, and my parents are like, "What the fuck are you doing with this dog? This dog can't stay here." And I'm like, "Look, I just bring this dog from death. He was about to get, he was about to die. They were gonna kill him. So I took him. I wanted to give him a chance. I said, we need a dog. We live in this fucking ghetto, and we need a nice dog around here." So they were like, "Okay, whatever." So I said, "Look, I want you guys to feed him and to take care of him as well, so that way he doesn't, like, bite you." So my mom and dad ended up loving that damn dog. My dad took him for walks around the house, and my mom would feed him every day. And I would walk him every day, and every night I would hang out with him, like outside, and chill out with him. We had so many good times, and he lasted 15 years. I had him for 14 years, and he was probably about a year old when I got him. Yeah, I don't, though, that's, certain dogs do that shit, though. Welcome back, Dan. But yeah, I saved that dog from dying, and then from getting killed or getting slaughtered, because it was like a slaughterhouse I got him from, where like people don't want the dog, so they get rid of him. And I was like, oh hell no. So anyway, I ended up having a dog, and he ended up being a good dog, and he didn't really give me no problems. And that was probably the best dog I ever had, except for this one. My pit bull was more of a, he was more of a protective dog, and a real strong dog. He was stronger than Diamond. Diamond's strong, but not as strong as he is. He was like a beast. He was like, when he came down the street, you were like, yeah, I'm going to the other side. Fuck that. I used to make people walk on the other side of the road if they saw me coming. He was so intimidating. He was big. He was a 75-pound pit bull, and he was aggressive. But under my command, he wouldn't do any. Like, he won't do anything if I say do something, he would. And then my sister I got another pit bull later on from birth. I got a 6 week old pit bull, a female, and she had like a burn problem, and her feet were like tilt like the other way, and she had problems. She had a lot of problems, and then she got really sick, and she lasted about 6 years, and I gave her to my friend so he could take care of, and he ended up taking care of her for maybe like 3 years, and then he called me one day and said he had to put her down because she has like some disease, a burn disease, and she can't even walk. She had like a bone marrow disease, and it was making her bones like um like deformed and stuff. Like her feet end up being like crossways like this. So when she walked, she was walking like that. It was all fucked up. It broke my heart to see her like that. So we had to put her down, unfortunately. And then my sister I didn't want no more dogs after that because I was so brokenhearted over the dogs that I didn't want no more. And then when I moved in here, after like 5 years of living here, my brother in law bought this dog from England. And she's, a good breed boxer from England. He paid like $2,000 for that dog 10 years ago. And then he used to treat her like shit. He used to abuse her and like kick her and beat her sometimes because she's stupid as shit. When she was younger, she did a lot of dumb shit. And because he didn't want to take the time to teach her, see, he couldn't even take care of himself and his kids and his wife, let alone a dog. And I told my sister, don't let this bastard buy this dog because this dog's going to end up being a burden to us. He doesn't take care of dogs. He doesn't know nothing about dogs. And sure as shit, I'm stuck with the dog now. And she's pretty much my dog now. But that's him. Everything he gets, he neglects, and someone else ends up taking care of it, like his kids and everything else. But she's been with me for 3 years now, like and living inside here for 3 years. So she's in heaven. That's why she's always around me 24/7. She's like, this guy gave me a new life. So I felt bad for her, so that's why I started to like take care of her and bring her inside my apartment. I didn't want her to live outside anymore. And I was like, fuck this. And now that that bastard's gone, she can be with me all the time now. So Diamond's been through hell. Her first like 5 years of her life being with that bastard, and then the last 5 years I've kind of like took her under, my on a my care. She went from an outside dog all year round to never seeing the inside of a house to now being living in a house for 3 years straight. And she never had a bed like that. That's the best bed she's ever had. Because she used to tear a lot of her beds apart. And she's got another bed next door. She's got 3 beds altogether. She got an outdoor bed, a bed next door, and that bed. So, but that's our favorite bed. That's the biggest one, the most comfortable one. So yeah, she's spoiled and she's a lot better now. Everybody loves her, and there's not one person that doesn't like her. Like everybody loves that dog. And everybody's always like, oh my God, you're so cute and fat. I'm like, she's not fat. What are you talking about? She's just big. She's a big dog. She's not fat. A fat dog is like when they walk, you see their belly wagging all over the place. That's fat. I'm like, she's not fat. She's just a big dog. That's all. She's not fat, is she? She's just thick. She's pleasantly plump. That's all. Leave my doggy. Now I love her to death, and I'm glad that she's in my care now, and I take care of her. She's doing good now. She's very, very protective of me. Like any little noise, anything, she's like on alert. She's ready for action. She's ready. She's good though. She's a good dog. She's so funny and she's so cute. When she was like younger, like she kind of looked weird and she didn't look that great. But now that she's older, she looks better, which is weird. She's so much cuter than she was back in the day. But yeah. Speaking of her, I'm gonna take her outside in a few minutes and she can go pee and I'm gonna go sleep. Yeah, she used to nip at our sneakers. She used to try and like bite our sneakers and stuff. And we broke her out of that habit. We're like, no, you're not. She used to bite everything, destroy everything. We wanted to kill this dog so many times when she was younger. She would make you want to beat the shit out of her because she's so fucking ignorant and so annoying. But now she's like a totally different dog. Like she still plays around. She still plays and she still runs around like she's crazy. And she still doesn't look, she doesn't seem like she's 10. But she's a lot calmer now. And she'll let you like touch her like wherever you want, like and like pet her wherever whenever you want. Like if you were to like lay down next to her, she wouldn't like get up and like get aggravated. She wants you to lay next to her and pet her, and like she doesn't mind. Like and she'll put her hand like this to say, yeah, pet me some more. I don't mind. Scratch my head, scratch my neck, scratch my back, you know? Like she's that type of dog. When she's in the mood, she wants you to like pat her and and do like just pat her and all that shit. She wants you to spoon her and like hang out with her, and then she'll start like going upside down. She wants you to rub her belly. She's a crazy dog. She's so funny. Yeah, yeah. She used to bite a lot when she was younger, but now she don't bite nothing. She don't do none of that shit. She just like she just wants to be loved. She wants to be pet, and she wants to be like hugged. And like my nephews will go lay down next to her and hug her, and she'll wag her tail, and she'll go all crazy and start licking you and shit. And she just loves attention. She loves attention. You can like pat her all day, she won't even care. I'm just like really happy that she's a lot calmer now, and she's more lovey dovey, and she's just a different dog all around. I'm happy that she's got a better life now. Ever since that fucking idiot left here, she's been a different dog. She's definitely been a different dog. It's like she sensed like his evilness and his badness, and she knows that he used to beat her, so she knows. She's like, yeah, that fucking bastard's gone. Thank God. That's why she's a lot better, because she doesn't sense his energy here anymore. Dogs know. Dogs ain't stupid, that's for sure. Especially her. She's not stupid. She knows what time it is. And a lot of dogs know when people like them and when they don't like them. And they sense everything. They're not stupid. They're very smart. At first, I think she was confused on like where the hell he was or what he was. But she don't miss him, that's for sure. I know that for a fact. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Hey Virgo, good evening, sweetheart. How you doing? She senses too much. Like she every little thing she hears, if she hears a car coming up the hill or a bike, she would like perk up and look, and she would like, yeah, they didn't turn into here, so we're good. But if she knows they're in our yard, she'll go crazy. She'll be like, who the fuck's this? All right, that's it. One thing about her, she knows. She's like, yeah, I knew he was coming. What is this? All right, Ann. Good night, sweetheart. Take care. Hey Sophie, how you been? No, it says no nipping. I need to get my ass to bed. Time's flown by today. It's like boom, boom, boom. Next thing you know, it's like next day. My screen door on the outside is banging from the wind. It's getting windier and windier. It's supposed to have a lot of wind tomorrow morning and tonight. I had to put on my AC about an hour ago. Before I came on here, I had to put my AC on because it was so humid in here. Yeah, I've been on here for an hour and a half, so I'm gonna get my ass to sleep. I'm starting to like fall asleep over here. I'll be here tomorrow. I should be here tomorrow. I came on earlier today too. I came on earlier today, like about 12:30, and it was like raining all friggin' day. 91 degrees, holy shit. Hell no. Yeah, I didn't stay on too long, but I've been on here for like an hour and a half, and and hardly anybody's been in here. Yeah, it's 70 degrees here, and it's like 100% humidity. So I had to turn on my AC because the humidity was ridiculous. So I'm like, fuck this, I'm putting on my AC. Yeah, I've already been live twice today. And I've been on here for like an hour and a half, and hardly anybody's been in here until now, of course, because it's late. I can hear the wind, like getting windier and windier. But I'll be here tomorrow. I was hoping Marty was gonna come on today and hang out with us, but I haven't seen her or spoke to her today. Hopefully she's okay. But yeah, tomorrow night I should be here. Yeah, I should be here tomorrow night. Tomorrow's my sister's birthday, so we're gonna have a party next door. And after the party, I'll probably come over here and go live for a bit. I gotta go work tomorrow morning too. For about 2 or 3 hours, I gotta do this job. So I'm gonna go get my ass to sleep. Thanks. Yeah, my sister goes 44 tomorrow. Sagittarius. See, I made a lobster for her birthday today. So today I made lobster for her. We had a lobster. And yeah, she's young. Yeah. 44. 44 is young. I'm 47. I'm 3 years older than her. But yeah, I made lobster for her birthday dinner. So she was happy. I'm happy too. And now I'm gonna go sleep with that lobster in my belly. Yeah, we're young. Why not? Gotta be young and good. All right, Sophie, good seeing you. Virgo, Dan, Miss T, you guys take care. I'll see you all tomorrow. Love you guys. Be safe. Good night.